Hello, hello, hello. We are live. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I always give a few minutes for people to join. And today we will be talking about three surprising things that could be sabotaging your hair and its growth. So that's what we'll be talking about today. All right, who I got in the room? Is that Rizzy? You here? Rizzy, where you from? Drop it in the chat. Where are you joining me today? Okay. So like I said, I always give a few minutes for people to join. And if you have any questions about your hair care, hair challenges, you can drop it in the chat. And I try to get to all the questions, y'all. I am not always successful, but I try, excuse me, to get to everyone's questions. Hey, Brittany. Welcome, Brittany. Who's joining me and where are you from? And I have to cough, so let me just cough off camera. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. Hey, Dion. Hey, Carmi. Budapest. Hungry. Wow. Welcome, 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 welcome. Y'all, today we will be talking about some of the surprising things that could be sabotaging your hair growth. Evangelist Tamar, welcome, 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 welcome. Brittany from Matthews, Omaha, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, if you have any questions about your hair concerns or anything, you can by all means drop them in the chat. All right. So, for those of you who do not know me, let me do my little introduction. I am Karen Flowers. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I am a certified trichologist. Y'all know what a certified trichologist is by now. Certified trichologist, we specialize in hair loss. So, it is my love, my passion to help women and a few men to really embrace their natural hair, to grow their natural hair, to help them to navigate the reasons why they may be losing their hair. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Surprising things that could be sabotaging your hair growth. When I say surprising, because they may be surprising for some, I don't think they were necessarily surprising for me, but it's things that many people aren't talking about. I listed this video as three things. Actually, I probably could have given you 50 things, but we're going to go with three. Okay, I have someone from Guatemala. Wow, welcome, welcome, my international community. So, I want to talk to you about some things that have been brought to my attention as of recently, and I wanted to bring it to you in terms of hair loss because, as you all know, in terms of myself, you all know I have a product line, the Curl House product line that I absolutely love. It is wonderful for healthy hair and healthy hair growth, but you also know that I am all about growing differently, which is taking a different approach to your healthy hair and healthy hair growth. And many times we may be dealing with stunted growth, scalp challenges, hair loss challenges, not because of the products. The products that you're using could, in fact, be fabulous, but it may be something else going on. And that something else may do have to do with something going on within the body. So there are some things that could be hidden right in plain sight and you don't realize it. And that could be stunting your growth. So what I want you all in terms of your hair, if you feel like you're doing everything right, if you feel like you're using the right products, if you feel like your detangling session is cool, your styles, you're doing your protective styles, and this is not a protective style. This is my two-strand twist that's coming out tomorrow because I have an event I need to teach at. So I just decided I'm just going to rock these twists on this live until I take it out and do my side hustle twist out tomorrow. But anyway, if you feel like you got your styles down pat and it's all good, and you're still having scalp challenges and you're still having hair challenges, or your hair is still not growing, what could it be? I want you all to start looking at the big picture. You really got to look at the big picture because it may be things that you are overlooking. So the first thing that may be sabotaging your hair growth is your weight loss medication. So if you are someone who is on what is it? Wegovy, um, I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Wegovy. I think that might be the pronunciation. Zepbound, Ozempic. These weight loss medications can compromise your hair. So my niece came to me not too long ago. She was on this weight loss Zepbound. I think she was on this medication, and she had been on it for 9 months, and she kept her hair covered up in braids. And she finally came out with the braids, and it was like, oh my God. She was like, Auntie, I don't know what's going on with my hair. Something is going on with my hair. And her edges had almost completely come out. My niece's hair is super, super dense, like what I call hair for days. She got hair for days, but her density, which is pretty much the amount of hair, the number of hair strands on your head, had thinned out. So if you were to look at her hair, you may look at her hair and you would be like, oh my gosh, she has a lot of hair. No, her hair had thinned out significantly, and it was from her weight loss medication. So that is the one surprising thing that may be sabotaging your hair growth. I feel like with weight loss medications, she even said her doctor didn't tell her that was a side effect. Um, and but it is clearly a side effect, because what happens when you go on weight loss medications, they are appetite suppressants. So what happens is you don't eat a lot. I mean, and your diet becomes very nutrient deficient. So it's a very you don't eat a lot of calories, you don't consume a lot of calories at all on weight loss medications. And it's like your diet is very restrictive, so it shocks the body. So it's two things going on. Your body is shocked when you go on any type of weight loss medication or any type of diet, not just weight loss medication, but if you go on a diet, a very restrictive diet, it could compromise the health of your hair. And when you go on a restrictive diet, it can also compromise the health of your hair, because your body is just not getting the nutrients it needs to support healthy hair growth. So that is why you may not be on a weight loss medication, but thousands of women and men are going on weight loss medications, and they don't realize, although it is helping with their weight loss, it could in fact compromise the health of their hair. Now, depending on the person, some people talk about it, some people don't talk about it. Some people are on weight loss medications and they're not talking about it. Some people, like my niece, she doesn't care. She shares it. She doesn't care. So if you know someone who's on a weight loss medication, then I encourage you to tell that person, be very mindful of what they eat. What happens when you are not eating a lot and you're losing weight, and because you get full so quickly, so you're not eating a lot, but then what you eat has to be considered. So, and I'm using my niece, like I said, because she doesn't mind, she doesn't care. She's like, tell the world, I don't care. And she's my niece, so I saw her quite a bit during this process. What she ate wasn't the most healthiest diet. So that's why I encourage you to consider what you are eating as well. If your diet is very restrictive, then make sure what you eat is the most healthiest food that you can consume. Because again, what you eat in terms of your food will go to feed your vital organs first. Hair is considered non essential. So, because hair is considered non essential, your body knows that it can function without hair. So, if you are eating, whatever you're eating is feeding the nutrients within, it's feeding the vital organs first, and the hair gets what's left over. But if what you're eating is not nutrient dense, then that is absolutely going to affect the health of your hair. So that's the first thing, is weight loss medication. And quite frankly, it's not just weight loss medication. That's the one I'm speaking about specifically, but it's also medication in general. Normally, your medications will cause some type of deficiency or will deplete some type of nutrient, or vitamin or mineral within your body. So it is going to be key that you identify what is being depleted from your body and you supplement. So if you are on weight loss medication, or if you are know someone who's on weight loss medication, I encourage you to encourage them to be very mindful of what they are eating and to consider a multivitamin. So I get it from my niece and other people that I know who've taken different types of weight loss medications. They will take a multivitamin because it's like they keep it real. They say, well, I'm not, I don't eat a lot. I can't eat a lot. I get full quickly. So you want to make sure your body gets the nutrients it needs. And I think what was most hurtful to me, when I spoke to my niece, she decided to take Zepbound. I think that's what it's called. And she lost weight and she looked amazing. But so, if she lost weight, so her confidence improved as a result of the weight loss, but then her confidence decreased because she lost her hair. So it's like this catch 22. I think that's what was most kind of hurt my feelings because this is my thing. I encourage women. I know what it's like to have hair loss. I know what it's like to struggle with your hair loss. So you go on one medication to fix or to help in one area to help build your confidence because you're losing weight. And then you still dealing with confidence issues because now you've lost your hair. And I think that is probably what was most hurtful to me. So anyway, that's why I so encourage you. I absolutely encourage you to make sure that you are mindful of what you put in your body. And in addition to that, if you're on weight loss medication, guys, then it's also important that use the weight loss medication to jumpstart your healthy hair habits, or not healthy hair habits, health habits rather. Like use it in conjunction with exercise, use it in conjunction with proper eating, use it in conjunction with stress management. Jumpstart those healthy exercises so that when you go off the medicine, you can sustain the weight loss. Okay, so that was my 2 cents about that. Um, I know somebody asked what type of multivitamin. There are many types of multivitamins. I first encourage you speak to your doctor if you're on a weight loss medication. But the one that my doctor recommend is a simple Alive one a day. It's a Alive one a day as an option for weight loss medication. Okay. And the next thing, since we are on, I see your questions in here. Welcome, Stay. I'm glad you're able to make it to your first live stream. I see your questions in here. I am definitely going to answer some of your questions. So let's see. Let me go ahead and put this question. Oh, not that one, but welcome again. But because this one can actually kind of relate to what I'm talking about as well. Do I have any advice for hair loss caused from inflammation? You have alopecia totalis. So that type of alopecia is an inflammatory type of alopecia. So there are certain types of alopecias that are inflammatory. And that are autoimmune. So this type of alopecia is an autoimmune type of alopecia where your immune system actually attacks the hair follicle, compromising the hair follicle, therefore leading to hair loss. And this is an inflammatory type of alopecia. There are many different types of alopecias, but the ones that have an inflammation component are the ones that are inflammation component and that lead to scarring. Those are the ones that are more serious. So if you're dealing with alopecia due to inflammation, generally speaking, Dion, it is key that you actually address the inflammation through many ways. You can address inflammation. The number one way is through the gut. Most of our immune, 70% of our immune system is in the gut. So address it through the gut. And what I mean by addressing it through the gut, address it with lifestyle. Lifestyle, number one, address it with lifestyle. And there are a ton of lifestyle practices as well that you can consider, but you have to address the inflammation. through lifestyle, and in addition to that, through nutrition. It would be the first thing that I would suggest, through lifestyle. Nutrition, through sugar, like I could do a whole live on sugar. I could, but I'm not going to use this live to do that. But sugar increases inflammation within the body. So you have to start doing self checks. How much sugar am I intaking? What type of sugar am I intaking? Do I have inflammation in my body? You can go and do blood work to determine your level of inflammation within the body. The blood work you can get is one of them is homocysteine. It's a type of blood work that you can get to determine the level of inflammation in your body. And normally, the doctor that I go to, she's an MD and she's also a naturopath doctor and a functional medicine doctor. It's through lifestyle, it's through foods. Like I said, the sugar may be increasing the inflammation in your body. You can go after it that way. Stress increases inflammation in your body. You go after it that way. Then you can go after it topically with products, with putting anti-inflammatory products within the body, but also anti-inflammatory foods such as blueberries. I think somebody just checked right here. Somebody just put blueberries. Blueberries, incorporating anti-inflammatory foods within your diet, such as blueberries. So definitely check with your nutrition. Even though this person has Crohn's, it's still autoimmune. So autoimmune is a group of diseases where your body just attacks itself in different ways. But a nutritionist can help you develop a anti-inflammatory type diet. And that is also what I teach. I'll go ahead and talk about it now in my Let's Get Growing program. The Let's Get Growing program is really helping women to really focus on and to pinpoint what is going on within their body, that is called what is going on within their body that is causing the body to be attacked, thereby leading to hair loss. So this is a part of my program. I do have a nutritionist in the program as well. That will help you to develop a nutrition plan as well. And the Let's Get Growing program also helps you to pinpoint what may be sabotaging your hair growth. And most of the program is geared toward what's going on within the body. So I'll go ahead and put it up here now. I'm enrolling for my next cohort of Let's Get Growing. It's starting in a few weeks. You can go to curlhouseacademy.com and use Curl Academy 10 to get 10% off. But that is also what I teach in Let's Get Growing. And also, Dion, and Let's Get Growing, in terms of how to treat alopecia specifically, there are some specific things that I teach in Let's Get Growing on how to deal specifically with your hair loss that is more specific to you. So in the program, you also get a personalized plan because everyone's hair loss situation is different. So I don't necessarily want to recommend general recommendations because although we are created the same, our bodies respond differently. So that is also something that I speak of more specifically in the program, because you have to have a plan that's specific to you and your situation. So thank you for asking that question. Yes, I am doing a hands-on class tomorrow, but that's not about, that's more of just a hands-on styling class, actually. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get back to your, we're going to get back to something else that's sabotaging hair growth. I already talked about medications. The side effects of medications can cause hair loss, you all, and you don't minimize it. It's something that you may not hear a lot. It's something that nobody talks about because people don't take hair loss as seriously as some of the other side effects of medication. But even though people in general may not take it seriously, I bet you take it seriously if you're dealing with hair loss or hair challenges due to your medication. So it is absolutely going to be key that you address your hair loss and to determine what this medication is depleting from your body and then supplement. So a medication will, quote unquote, fix one thing, but cause another thing. So you have to address it holistically. And another thing that may be sabotaging your hair loss, somebody came to me about this. as a trichologist, while I don't practice one-on-one anymore, a lot of people have access to me, and a lot of people will say, "Karen, help! What's going on with my hair?" Another person came to me, and she was dealing with hair loss, and I always go through this process of elimination. We go through this, and we go through that, and we talk about this, and we rule this out and rule that out. And with her doctor, we were able to determine that what this young lady was experiencing in terms of hair loss was creatine. Have y'all heard of creatine? Creatine is a compound in the body that really helps to deliver energy to your muscles. So, she was focusing on her health. She was prioritizing her health. How y'all like that? Prioritizing her health, taking a supplement, creatine supplement. Many people who exercise or athletes, they take this supplement, creatine, to supply more energy to their muscles, to help them to build strong muscles. It's also great for brain health as well. So she was taking this creatine supplement, and she couldn't figure out why her hair was coming out. She was doing everything right. Everything right. She was prioritizing her health. And in prioritizing her health, going to the gym, building muscle, she started to lose her hair and she couldn't figure out why. I told her to go to the doctor, get your blood work checked, see if it's your vitamin D, as vitamin D is something else that may be low levels of vitamin D, rather, something else that may be sabotaging your hair growth. But she got her iron checked, she was fine. She got her vitamin D checked, she was fine. She got her thyroid checked, she was fine. So she said, well, what is it? With the help of her doctor, she was able to determine it's the new supplement that she was taking. Creatine supplement. Again, it's a supplement that many athletes use to help with muscle growth, and it was causing her hair to come out. So, of course, she stopped taking it. This is a little known side effect of this supplement. While it's not a medication, I still put it under the category of introducing your body to uh, in this case, I don't know if it was a synthetic creatine. It was probably synthetic because your body produces creatine in your liver, in your kidneys, I believe, and in your pancreas. It's naturally produced by the body, but you can also get it from food. So you can get creatine from shellfish. You can get it from red meat as well, which is how you get it through animal sources. You can get it through milk, cow milk as well, but you can also get it through a supplement. And many times through a supplement, it may be a synthetic form, and it was compromising the health of her hair. So I say this, even if you even if you don't know what is sabotaging your hair, I want you all to start looking at the big picture. Think beyond the hair. Think beyond the topical hair products. Look at the big picture. Have you introduced anything new to your body, whether good or bad, right? Or have you introduced a new medication? Have you introduced a new supplement? Have you introduced a new powder? What have you introduced to your body within the last 3 to 6 months? And that may be the culprit. That may be the surprising thing that is sabotaging your hair growth. So I want you to start being your own scientist, your own advocate for yourself. I want you to determine if you've introduced something to your body that may be compromising your body. So again, in this case, she thought she was all good. She was prioritizing her health, but as a result, she was losing her hair from this supplement. So I know creatine is not the only supplement that has hair loss, but it is one. So that's the second thing that may be surprising. And the third thing, you may have heard this, is not something you intake that may be causing your hair loss. It may be something that you may be putting on your hair, which is water, hard water. So yes, I'm all about drinking water. Y'all should be drinking your water. But people are having hair growth challenges because of the hard water. So hard water meaning the chlorine in your water, the calcium in your water, the too much magnesium in your water from your shower could be compromising the health of your hair. And it irritates the scalp. It can also irritate the skin. I have experienced this firsthand maybe about 3 years ago. I had to cut off a lot of hair because I could not figure out why my hair felt so dry and it was breaking off. And I felt like I was doing everything right, but my hair just felt dry, hard, and brittle. And then a light bulb went off. And that light bulb, when I looked in my toilet and I saw this orange ring in the toilet, when I found myself cleaning the shower more and more because I saw all of these orange stains, I knew, oh, this is the water that's compromising my hair, and it was too late. And I don't want that to happen to you. So be very mindful of the water. I see someone says in Utah they have hard water struggles. Some of you, depending on where you live, you may have to struggle with hard water in general. When I went to graduate school in Michigan, I live in Virginia. I went to school in Michigan. I took a shower and my skin just broke out in hives. The water was so hard. At that time, I had relaxed hair, so I wasn't washing my hair in the shower the way I do now, but that water was tearing my skin up. It was tearing my skin up. And so I want you to be very mindful of that and get a water filter. Another option is to use distilled water. So great question, Deborah. You can definitely use distilled water. I just had someone post on my page. She posted on my YouTube page the benefits of distilled water. She said she tested tap water on her hair, purified water, and distilled water. And she said distilled water was excellent for her hair. She is now starting to see length retention because she now uses distilled water. And I've used distilled water as well. Now I use a water filter, but I have a gallon size jugs of distilled water. And in the past, I have poured that on my hair. Earlier this year, actually, where I live, we had a water outage. That is the first time ever that I have experienced an actual water outage where I could not take a shower because we could not use the water. So it was the first time ever that I have experienced that. So it was maybe about 3 weeks with no water in January because it was storms and pipes were bursting. It was just a mess here earlier this year. So, and not only that, it just wasn't in the neighborhood, it was in the surrounding area. So I couldn't even go to the hair salon to get my hair washed because they had a water outage. Businesses were closed. But anyway, during that time, I use distilled water to wash my hair. So yes, Miss Deborah, you can use distilled water to wash your hair. And even Miss Darlene said you have a water filter, even though you use well water. So that's fantastic. I'm sure, Miss Darlene, that is making a difference in the health of your hair, the shower filter. So those are three things, you all, three things that may be sabotaging your hair. And again, even if the weight loss medicine doesn't relate to you, you may know someone who is taking that weight loss medicine. Even if the creatine hair loss doesn't relate to you, that's okay. Or even if the shower filter doesn't relate to you, I want you all to start thinking about the big picture. I want you to really start doing your own self-diagnosis on yourself, ruling stuff out. What is going on with my hair? What have I changed? What am I doing differently? What did I introduce to my body? What did I introduce to my hair? Because that is the only way. You have to do your own self-assessment to determine what's going on. Now, hey, here we go. So Miss Darlene has started using a shower filter and her hair is so much softer and so much shinier. So that's a testament to anyone. Thank you, Miss Darlene, on this live. If you don't have a shower filter, get one. You can get one on Amazon. I use one by Sprite. I think that's what it's called, Sprite. I use one by Sprite. So I am going to look at some of your questions. So, you all, I hope that helped you in terms of really determining these things that may be sabotaging your hair growth. This was just three. I can name dozens, tens of dozens, actually, things that may be sabotaging your hair growth. But this is also what I talk about in my program, Let's Get Growing. I developed Let's Get Growing. It's been 2 years now to really help women to determine. Some of us just need some help, particularly if you are dealing with hair loss, if you are dealing with hair care, you don't know how to customize your hair care plan. You've tried everything, but you can't quite find something that works with you. That is in part why I developed Let's Get Growing. As a trichologist, I have worked with hundreds of women to help them to restore the health of their hair and the health of their scalp. I've worked with so many women to help them to restore the health of their hair and scalp. But I developed a program because I wanted to work with more women and I wanted to do it more in a group setting. You would be amazed how we learn from each other. So even though I'm teaching the program, we all bring our own experiences. That is what the Curl House community is like. Is that's why I love the Curl House community. Even here on this live, y'all, I see you all are encouraging each other. You are giving each other advice and what works for you. And that's what I love. So, Curl House, Let's Get Growing. The program starts on June 18th. If it is something that you are interested in, I encourage you to go to curlhouseacademy.com to sign up for the program. In the program, you get 7 modules of everything that you need to know about your hair. For those who are dealing with hair loss, you get tools on how to address hair loss specific to you. You learn about the various forms of hair loss. And I've pretty much taken my trichology consultations and sessions and put it in a group. You get a workbook, you get live sessions with me. Unlike this live, where I am just sitting here talking to the computer and I'm reading your comments, we actually do it via Zoom. So you actually get an opportunity to connect with me live as well. So you all wanted to drop that in here. Payment plans are available as well. So I want to, before I head out, y'all know I'm going to answer your questions. So let me pop in here and see what type of questions you all have. Let's see. Brittany says you don't get warm. You don't get warm on iron supplements from the pharmacy. I just ordered some. So I know you all are communicating with each other, but iron, low levels of iron. So Brittany is talking about if she's taking iron supplements, then she may be dealing with iron issues. Iron definitely can affect the health of your hair. That's one of what I call the big three: your iron, the zinc, and vitamin D. So if you are dealing with hair challenges, these are the big three, iron being a part of the big three. If you're dealing with low levels of iron, then that can affect, or that could be sabotaging your hair. It can affect the health. It's not just the hair. I want you all to think beyond this. This is the hair. I want you to think beyond this. When I say sabotaging your hair, it's not just this, it's what's at the scalp level, what's growing out of the scalp. Many times, your low levels of iron, low levels of vitamin D, low levels of zinc. Zinc absolutely affects the scalp. It affects the hair that actually emerges from the scalp. So if you say, oh, Karen, my hair is growing, but it doesn't seem the same, or it's growing, but it's breaking, then that can be because of the hair that's growing out of the scalp. The hair that's emerging from the scalp is just not as robust. It's not as healthy. It's not as strong. Therefore, it's leading to breakage and you're not able to retain it. So if you are someone who's dealing with hair challenges, and if you have not had your wellness exam, then when you get your wellness exam, or even before the wellness exam, make sure your iron, your zinc, and your vitamin D. Those are what I call the big three. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I got all your questions. I see y'all are communicating with each other, which is fabulous, which I absolutely learned to see. Yes, so you've learned to go with natural foods over supplements when possible. I absolutely agree. Akari, I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I absolutely agree. natural foods over supplements. And supplements do just that. They supplement, right? So I never suggest that you take a supplement in lieu of the food. Go with the supplement first. That is what I do as well. I try my hardest to take the natural food over the supplement, but I also know for some it may be a struggle. So if you need to do a supplement, do a supplement, but a supplement does not replace the food. Now, I could have a whole other conversation about the food, even the healthy foods, and the soil in which our healthy food grows has been compromised in some capacity. But that's a whole other live too. We'll save that for another day. But yes, I strongly suggest that as well. Focus on the food first. Let food be thy medicine, you all. Let food be thy medicine. I know some people are talking about the benefits of Black Girl vitamins. Fabulous. I've been seeing a lot about Black Girl vitamins as well. Their supplements are awesome. And since we're talking about vitamins, I did this little poll. Um, Let me see. I did a poll a couple days ago, and I'm going to do it again. So with my product line, when I first launched my product line, I did have a tea. I had an herbal tea that helped to support healthy hair internally because I am all about internal health. You all know my tagline is grow differently, taking a different approach to your healthy hair care. So with Curl House, you may come in with the hair products. You may come in and buy my hair products, but you're going to leave really learning how to grow your hair from the inside out because healthy hair begins within. So I did a poll a couple days ago. So I'm going to do it again. You all, I need your help. I need your help. When I first launched Curl House product line 5 years ago, I had a tea, but when I relaunched it without the tea because the tea was a little cumbersome as a small business owner. But I'm in the process of developing a vitamin. It is going to take time to develop the vitamin because y'all know how I do. I like to do my research. I don't want anything artificial. I want good quality ingredients. So I am going to develop a supplement. But what I want to know from you all, would you all rather take a traditional vitamin, like a supplement vitamin? Would you rather take a traditional vitamin in a pill form, or would you rather take it in a liquid form, even or in a powder form? So if you were to take a powder in a little to-go pack and put the vitamin in your bottle of water and drink it. So this is my poll. Would you rather have a pill or a powder? Again, a powder just to put it in your water and something that tastes good. So you can take a powder and make it taste good and it still be natural and has natural flavoring. So not any added sugar, you all. You know, I'm focused on something that's healthy, but I'm just talking about how you would ingest it. Would you rather have a pill or would you rather have a liquid or powder? Because my girlfriend came over the other day and I'm not 50 yet. I'm gonna hold on to my 40s while I can for another year. But my girlfriend came over the other day and she said, "Oh, Karen, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said at 50 we should start taking calcium." And I said, "Oh my gosh, if I have to take another pill." And I thought, okay. And while at the same time, I knew I was in the process of developing my own pill or my own supplement, but I thought, oh, I don't want to take another pill. So I thought, and then I had my mom who takes a lot of medication, and I thought, would my mom take another pill? I asked her, she said absolutely not. She's so sick of taking medication. In addition to that, adding on more supplements, pill in the pill form. So I thought, maybe I should do a powder. So that was my thought. But I gotta find out from my community. So y'all dropping in here. Okay, let's see. I think maybe a liquid for me. Okay. Let's see. A gummy or a powder. So I did think about a gummy too, because a gummy tastes better, it's chewable. However, all the research that I have been doing for a gummy, they have so much sugar in them. Y'all know me. It's just too much sugar in a gummy. So that's why I ruled out the gummy and then I went to the powder. Now let's see. Let's see. I prefer the pill because the powder I have now and it's horrible. Okay, Miss Deborah. Notice I said the taste though. Something that tastes good, right? So it's going to taste good. Nothing disgusting. And see, I believe in drinking water. Y'all know. Drinking water, I always say y'all need to drink water for healthy hair growth. I believe in growing differently, taking a different approach to your healthy hair growth. So drinking water is a part of it. If your hair is dry, then it may be you're not drinking enough water. Your body may be dehydrated, so your hair may be dehydrated. You all need at least, according to the Institute of Medicine, not according to Karen Flowers, according to the Institute of Medicine, you need anywhere between two to three water. Let me say that again. One more again. 2 to 3 liters of water per day. So for women, at least 2 liters, which is 66 ounces. So I really encourage women to drink water. So I thought if I'm going to do a supplement, I can put it in water. I was even in the gym and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could just put my vitamins right here in this water and it tastes good? It tastes good. So, Miss Deborah, would you try it if it tasted good? Okay, let's see. You take a powder with your coconut water. Okay, yes. Sugar and gummies. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So this person, Akari, what's easier for the digestive system? I read 64 ounces, about three. Good for you, Akari. You're trying. That's what we want. You're putting forth an effort. So you read 64 ounces 3 to 4 times a week. That is fabulous. Which is easier for the digestive system? That's a very good question. I think I know some tablets have the coating around them. So before you can get the vitamin, before you can reach what's inside of the tablet, um, the coating has to dissipate first. So that's a very good question. Which one is easier for the digestive system? Thank you for raising that question. I will consider that when I'm doing more of my research. I'll consider that. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Somebody asked a question about collagen. Does anyone else try collagen? Yes, I have collagen. I've tried collagen. I use collagen. Brittany, what is the name of the collagen that I have? I think it's called, are you gonna make me go get it? Okay, you're gonna make me go get it. Hold on, let me go get it. One moment. Okay, y'all do this to me. Okay, this is the collagen that I have because people have asked about collagen. Vita Proteins, you can get it on Amazon. It's really great for the hair, the skin. You know, as we age, we do start to lose some collagen. I like this. It's also grass fed as well. So this is the one I use. This one is unflavored. So I normally put it in my smoothies. Some people can put it in water too, but I normally put this in my smoothies when I do use it, or you can put it right over a salad. But this is the one I use because you ask. So this one works for me. Okay. All right. Um, so all right. So in terms of my bone broth, yes, I get bone broth too. My bone broth, do I have any? Lord, don't let me get up and go get that again. It's one I get it from Publix. So I get my broth from a grocery store. I typically get organic. I always get, well, let me not say always. 99% of the time, I've kind of moved in the direction of bone broth. So organic. So I get my bone broth. There is oh God, what's the name of it? One is by Greenwise. It's from Publix. And anything that's organic. So if it's organic, that's what I go to first. It does cost more, but I prefer organic when possible. Um, all right. And then Brittany said Spoiled Child is the brand that you want to try. It's a liquid form. So I'll check out Spoiled Child too, Brittany. I'll check out Spoiled Child too. Okay, guys, I think I've answered all the questions. I'm loving, loving, loving loving the communication in the Curl House community, you all. This is what I've always wanted. It's what I've always desired. For those of you who do not know me, I used to be a hairstylist too. So I've always been around women. I've always enjoyed being around women, conversing with women. Absolutely, always loved it. So when I stopped doing hair, I thought, oh, who's going to be the Curl House community now? Now, look, y'all have showed up. So I thank you for being a part of Curl House community. I appreciate you. If I have not told you in the past, I'll tell you again. I appreciate you for being a part of the Curl House community, for supporting me, and for supporting the others in the Curl House community. I absolutely love the communication between you all. Okay, so Brittany says it's not easy for me swallowing pills all the time. Brittany, I understand, particularly when you got to swallow a lot of them, you get sick of it, which is why I'm trying to shift and do something different. Angela, hey Angela, liquid powder for me. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll probably send out an email as well. Um, so I'm thinking I might do some powder. Now I want to do, have y'all ever seen the like the crystal light packs? Um, like the little crystal light packs. Where you just open it up and pour it in. That's what I'm thinking because that's convenient because I always have a water bottle. But anyway, I will keep y'all posted as much as I can. Brittany, you said you're not advertising. That's what came up on the phone. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is, if anyone's interested in protein, this is the one that I take. I did some research on this. I like it. But again, it's on Amazon. It's great. And you can put it in your powder. You can put it in your powder. You can put it in your salad. You can put it in your smoothie. You can put it in water. You can put it in your juice. Um, so that's what I recommend. I thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be going live again pretty soon. Actually, I have a class tomorrow, a hands-on, like a styling class. And I also have my program. My full program starts on June 18th. Let's get growing. And my program, again, I teach you my whole holistic approach to regrowing and maintaining the health of your hair. Again, if anyone is interested, you can go to curlhouseacademy.com for Let's Get Growing, curlhouseacademy.com, and use code Curl Academy to get 10% off. And if anyone is interested in my Curl House products, yes, I have a whole line of fabulous products as well. You can go directly to curlhouse.com if you are interested in Curl House products. Okay, guys, y'all have a fabulous week. And until we talk again, stay fabulous. Bye.